Hello everyone, welcome to KK4Z. My name is Scott and today I'm at Little Tallapoosa County Park, which is not a POTA park, but this is where my radio club, the West Georgia Amateur Radio Society, does winter field day and field day. I am down at campsite 1 and everybody else, you really can't see them. Way down there at campsites 9 and 10 is the rest of the club. And you're probably wondering why I am outcast down here. Well, we do it for a reason. I am one of 2 CW operators in the club, and they use me to get the band multipliers. And so my job, should I decide to take it, is I go ahead and I hunt the bands and I try to get as many different contacts on different bands as I can. And last year it worked pretty good. Hopefully this year it'll even be better. So setup today's a little different. Weather's not going to be great. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain most of the day. So I did an exception this time and I put my awning out just so I have a place to eat and a place to get up and stand a little bit. They're talking about almost an inch worth of rain, which could be pretty good. So I've got everything set up for winds and rain. We put these V's in here to give water a place to go so it doesn't pool. But that's it for the camper. Moving back. Today, a different antenna. It's the one I used last time or the time before last. It is my Chameleon MCOM 2 version 1, and I have it set up as an inverted L. You probably can't see it. Maybe you can, but about a quarter of the way down from the top is where my antenna, and I'll try not to make you too dizzy, my antenna is going to about there on that tree. And it's a 60-foot antenna. It goes 20 foot up and 40 foot across. And then I'm also running a 50-foot counterpoise, and it's running pretty much underneath the antenna, and it's about 50 foot. Last time I used this antenna, I had success getting all the way down to 160 meters. My favorite antenna, my 28.5 foot random wire, it gets a little squeaky at 160. And but this one does it. I made at least a handful of contacts last time I used it, so we're going to try that for a multiplier. Inside is pretty much my stock setup. I've got my ICOM 7300. This is second Peter, my second ICOM, and running my LDG Z11 Pro, my old one, with a PowerWorks power supply, and my Windows laptop. And then today I'm running my new to me Begally Expedition. I bought this paddle specifically to take it out in the field. My thoughts being, if my truck is carrying the weight, why am I using lightweight paddles? This is a heavy paddle and it doesn't move, and that is important. It can be very distracting if your paddles are slapping around on you. So we are set. Hopefully tonight, this is Friday evening. Hopefully this evening I'll get on and just call CQ and make a few CW contacts and have a QSO or two as part of my CWI homework. The event, Winter Field Day, does not start until Saturday at 1400 hours, and it goes till Sunday at 1400 hours. I can't stay the whole time. I have to go home a little early so that my wife can do to do an audit on one of our church congregations, and so I have to be home in time for her to take care of that. So that's the setup. I'm ready to go. I'm fixing to walk up to the base camp and see what's going on up there, but I am set up and ready to go, and we'll talk to you later. Hello everyone, this is Scott, just kind of checking in. It's about 9 o'clock, and had a leisurely evening trying to make a few QSOs. Ended up really just doing POTA contacts. I called CQ and a couple different bands and nobody would respond to me. But I did hear a lot of SKCC activity going on. I went down to 160 meters just to make sure my antenna can tune on it, and it can. I called CQ down there, but they have a contest going on, and it was rolling. So really just kind of testing the antenna, making sure it works okay. Everything's working well. Let's see, I made contacts to Washington State, Canada, Tennessee, Texas, Georgia. So I'm getting out and doing good, busting pileups on 35 watts. Just making a go of it. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to do a few QSOs. I think everybody's just kind of busy tonight, and of course tomorrow starts winter field day, so everybody's kind of gearing up for that. I'm sure they're resting up, and so anyhow, it was a lot of fun. I'm gonna sit back here and maybe try a few more contacts, maybe call for a QSO, just call CQ and see what happens. But antenna's working well, equipment's working well. I'm ready for tomorrow. We'll talk to you in a bit. Hello everyone, this is Scott again, just checking in. I was running CW last night till about 10 or 10:30, basically till I got tired and was almost making more mistakes and sending good code, so I knew it was time to quit. Anyhow, I'm back home, and I had to get home early because my wife had to leave, and she has to do some work for the church in the office, and so I didn't have time to do an ending video. In fact, when I was packing up to come home this morning, it was still dark. So I'm finishing up here. Did I have fun? Yes. Was it a challenge? Yes, but it was good. My antenna, which was my MCOM2 version 1, ran as a inverted L. I went about 20 foot up on my push-up pole, and then about 40 foot over into a pine tree, again about 20 foot up with a 50-foot counterpoise, and it worked well. I could have gotten down to 160. In fact, I called CQ, but there's a 160 meter contest going on, so typically when there's a contest going on at 160, anybody that can work 160 is usually running the test, so I didn't make any contacts. Anyhow, I had 5 bands, 5 out of the 6, and I made about 40 contacts, which doesn't sound like a lot, but a lot of the stations I'm working were low power, probably QRP. I was working them with the S meter not moving at all, sometimes down into the noise. And they were running a lot faster than what I normally run. I'm an 18 to 22 word per minute guy for an exchange, and these guys were running 25, 28 plus. So sometimes it took me a couple times to get the call sign. Couple that, there was a lot of QSB and a lot of QRN, and so it was just a little slow, but it was a lot of fun. I had my camper away from the main group so I can switch bands without interfering with anybody, and that seems to work well. Hung out with my friends, hung out with my club. It was good, and so I will post a blog alongside with this at kk4z.com and talk a little bit more about it, maybe make a QSO map and do a few other things. So anyhow, that's it. Lots of fun, good weekend. We survived the rain. It rained all day Saturday, but we all survived and stayed dry. So 73, Scott.